everyone, I hope you're well. Today I'm going to be talking about how I've been coping with this whole quarantine situation, kind of things I've been up to, and kind of just throwing a bit of advice out there, maybe like for ways in which you can possibly cope a bit better, because I know at the start of COVID lockdown I was not okay. I was crying all the time, had an absolute meltdown, but now like I feel I'm comfortable and like I've got the gist of it, and I've learnt really it's all about keeping busy. So here are a few things that I think you should do if you are finding quarantine / lockdown rather hard. First off, the first thing I want to say, I think it's so important that you pamper yourself and show yourself some self-love for probably like the first time in a long time, because you're never going to get any more time than what we have right now, especially if you're off work, if you're on furlough like me. I've never had as much time myself that I don't know what to do with it in my life. So I've been using this to pamper myself, and I've found like a bunch of face masks and hair masks and bath bombs that I literally have kept aside because they're good products. So for example, I've got the, what is it, Dr. Jart Plus, this wonderful face mask that Sarah got me for my birthday. Got a bath bomb from Christmas, like a hair mask, like all these things that I've been saving for myself to kind of like pamper myself. They've literally been my lifesavers. I just feel like it's a time like for you to kind of relax. If you like take care of yourself first, you're going to feel a lot better, you're going to radiate a lot more positive energy to other people. Another thing I want to say is having lazy days is okay. I feel like this is really spurred on for me personally by seeing a lot of people like going for their daily walks and working out and exercises and all this, and like before this I never did friggin' exercise that much. I know it's not a great thing, like the most exercise I probably did was probably walking to work, do you know what I mean? So now is not really any different, other than the fact I am sitting on my arse a lot of the time, and the most exercise I get is doing the daily shop. But obviously exercise, I'm not saying exercise isn't important, like of course it is. I'll just be sitting doing nothing, but it's okay to have days where you do nothing. I've had those days. I've had them when I haven't even it's disgusting, I haven't even brushed my teeth in the morning. I've just stayed in bed all day by myself. I've either been reading a book, watching a film, just enjoying my time, having me time, because as I said, I never used to have time for that and now I do, so I'm kind of using that to my advantage. Another thing I think is like so important is keeping in touch with your friends, your colleagues, just because see how they're doing, check in on people, because even the strongest people find it really difficult right now. I think such a weird time. So on our like at our work we have a Facebook wall which is usually used for advertising shifts if you don't want to shift, or if you want an extra shift, and since COVID it's been changed to a no work talk allowed, stay connected kind of wall, which I think is brilliant, like because now it's like every so often, like it started off very frequent at the very start, but it would be like someone posting every day, like it might be a puzzle, oh how many cats do you see in this picture, or stuff like that, and like people would comment and get involved and everyone would be talking to each other, and it's really nice to see, especially since a lot of people might be feeling quite alone in this time, but I think it's a really great way for everyone to kind of keep connected. With that being said as well, group chats with your friends, our girls chat, I don't think it's had a day off. Every single day like someone said something, even if it's just like really brief. I don't think I've ever experienced that before, where like a chat doesn't stop. But it's just really important to check everyone's coping okay, and we've also been doing quizzes every week. I've been doing them with my family and some with my friends, and we do that on Zoom. So if you have friends and someone wants to make a quiz, highly recommend Zoom, especially if you're doing a PowerPoint or something. You can like put your PowerPoint on Zoom and everyone can see it, but if you don't want to be that fancy, just write it on a bit of paper in front of you, ask your friends the questions, trust them to mark it because there might be some cheaters in the room. I'm joking. Another thing I've personally been doing is I've been avoiding the news. And I say this in the sense that I am informed of like if the death toll's gone up or down, whatever. I try not to bring that up. But I realised that was making me really anxious, and as someone that's struggled with anxiety in the past, I literally, I don't think I've had a panic attack or anything, like kind of touch of anxiety for like a very long time. But since COVID, I've kind of been very on edge. I feel like very nervous. I have had like mini panic attacks, and I feel like there's nothing worse than feeling like that in your own home, and that's like how it was feeling. So I literally just took the steps to not watch the news as much, because let's be real, there was no happy news at the start until Captain Tom came about, do you know what I mean? Like, praise Captain Tom. But with that being said, it is important to stay informed, support our key workers, our NHS workers, but you need to put your mental health first, and if that means not watching the news, don't watch it. Another quick note that I want to say is that like on Twitter I have muted the words unprecedented, uncertain and COVID-19 and the corona, just for now, just because I feel like seeing that kind of content, it wasn't bringing me joy or happiness. If you're like me and you use your Twitter as a news source, you're kind of on there all the time, and I didn't want to see negative news about how many people died again. I wanted to see maybe some positive news for a change, and that is okay. So that is one thing I've been doing, is just being a bit more cautious online, which I think if you struggle with anxiety too, it's a really good step to take. Another thing I want to kind of like suggest is like maybe finding a new hobby, or kind of reigniting that hobby that like you used to have. For me, mine is this right now. I'll be honest, I got really lazy with it. I wasn't motivated because I was putting out shit videos, like shit quality. It's just, there's no way around it, it was shit. And now I feel a lot more content that like I've got a good camera, so I feel like the quality of my videos are a lot better, and hence why I feel a lot to do it now, and I'm just like, yeah, like I'm really positive about it. Even like reigniting like old things, and I say that in the sense, my friend Caitlin's like amazing baker, but she's just never had time to do it. Who has time to like bake a cake when you work full time, do you know what I mean? No one. And since lockdown she's dropped so many cakes off at my house, like just leaves them on the doorstep, and my family are all scanning them, piling on the weight, but that's fine. And it's so nice to see like someone like do something that they really enjoy, because now they have time for it, and I just think that's so important. If you have time for something that you love, then do it. Doesn't matter what it is, who cares what anyone thinks, do it, because I just think it's a really lovely thing to see. Hear like passion coming out. Another thing I've been doing, I have sorted my room out so many times, I actually can't even tell you. So the first week I was literally, I feel like everyone was all like, yeah, let's sort out a wardrobe and under our beds and the junk drawer in the kitchen, like all that. And I feel like that attitude kind of fizzled out towards the end. But one thing I kind of pride myself on doing is, like during lockdown this is like sorting out my wardrobe. I've literally got rid of like 3 black bags of clothes, ready to go to the charity shop when they open again. I might just drop them in one of the banks if I can get the clothes banks, do you know what I mean? Like they're like in Morrison's car park and stuff, like one of them. Sorting out that, and I used to like let all my clothes build upon the chair, do you know what I mean? The chair in your room. But now like I literally come upstairs and I whip them all away. If your room's nicer, tidy room, tidy mind. And it's just, I don't know, I feel better about myself that like I feel like I've accomplished something if my room's tidy. Even though it's the most minuscule thing, I just think it's really nice like to keep on top of. And we've also, like, my mum's been hammering the kitchen cupboards, like there's no junk in them anymore. But yeah, that's like one thing we've been doing. Go for a walk. Like, I feel like the warm weather made it a lot more bearable. I was sitting outside a lot, sunbathing. I went for a walk down to the quayside, so like I live in the west end of Newcastle, and I walked all the way to the quayside and back, and that was like 11.5 kilometres, which for me, whew, it's a very long walk, but I felt so good after it. Like, I can't even explain. But for me, it's all about motivating myself to go out, the same as like motivate myself to do anything. Like, I really hate like the initial thought of doing something, and then like, but then once I've got my head in it and then I'm like doing it, I'm like, yeah. It was literally like, it was like me with the gym. That was literally it. Like, hate the thought of going to the gym. Once I was at the gym, I was like, exactly like that. That's what I did on the treadmill. 100%. So for my birthday, Sarah and I were meant to be going to London to go and see Hamilton last week. And it was a lovely, lovely present of Sarah, but obviously it's not happening, and there was an option to book it for like later on in the year, but obviously we didn't want to do that just in case this is still all going on. So instead she got me a Nintendo Switch with Animal Crossing. And this is one of the greatest gifts ever, because it's something I would never buy for myself. I kept like on Twitter and all of the Twitter contests to win one. And Sarah had seen that and she ended up getting me one of these, and honestly it's an amazing present, thank you Sarah. But this is honestly 10 out of 10 recommend Animal Crossing. It's so therapeutic, and it does set you back quite a bit, like price wise. I think it is very, very expensive, but if it's something you're going to use, and I feel like it is literally therapy for me, it is so soothing. Like, I've been on it every day since I've got it, but like not just for like an hour, like all day. It's tragic. But I absolutely love it. I use it. I just think these things are absolutely great, so I really, really thank you Sarah. So yeah. I've also been non-stop hammering Sims as well, because at the start of lockdown I was really concerned about the screen time on my phone, so let me show you. So my screen time average, daily average is, don't know if you can see it, is 6 hours and 46 minutes, which is evidently down 11% apparently from last week, which I'm not gonna lie, like I was absolutely disgusted at, and I thought, oh well, it's because I watch YouTube videos on my phone all the time, like that's what it is. And then I took a closer look. YouTube's at 3 hours, which I was just like, all right, like sounds about right. And then I've got this game called Brick Out, which is at 12 hours. That is so bad. That is disgusting. Even TikTok's not that high. TikTok is 3.5. Like, that is really surprising to me. But yeah, like, so I was really concerned about the screen time, so I kind of had a day where I just didn't go on my phone, and then I found myself anyway, instead of being on my phone I was watching TV or on my iPad instead, and I was like, but that is screen time, like that is a screen. So my logic there, logical. So then I kind of just realised, like, I don't care, like as long as I'm getting a little bit of exercise a day or doing something a little bit more productive than just sitting on my phone every single day or sitting on Sims every single day, I felt like okay about it, to be honest. So yeah, like that's another thing. I feel like screen time's like such a big thing at the minute. Like I was like, oh look at my screen time, but it's only natural really. Like, so I just think, oh wait, we're 21st century, aren't we? Us millennials can't live without technology, can they, Karen? Another thing as well I've been doing, I've been reading, which, oh, so usually like the only time I ever read is on a holiday, like when I'm next to the pool or on the plane. That is literally the only time I ever read, and I do want to blame it on the fact that I just don't have time. Like if I'm free, I'm gonna go out and I'm not gonna sit in the house and read. And since that I've started the Harry Potter collection because I've only read up to the first 2 books, and now I'm on to the 4th. And honestly, I just really love reading. Like, I was saying to my mum, I was like, I forgot how much I loved it. Like, I used to do it, like when I was younger, I was like literally a friggin' I was like a Matilda. Like, I loved reading, and when I grew up I just never really had time for it. I just didn't really want to know. And since lockdown, honestly, like, a really positive thing come out is that I've actually read books, and I'm really impressed at myself. Yeah, so I think I'm halfway through the 4th book now, really enjoying it. And I've realised they're a lot better than the films also, even though I do love the films. I love Harry Potter, but it is what it is. I know a lot of people have like took new hobbies like yoga and meditation, which I love for you. I've tried myself, it's not for me. I really wish it was, but I just think it's amazing that people are doing so many new things, and it's great to see. So I'm really excited about it. Another thing I advise, not advise, like I don't want to say advise like I'm not an advice column, but I really think doing makeup changes you. Like, changes your mood, how you feel. This is if you like have went from, I'm talking like if you went from wearing makeup every day and never wearing makeup, which was me. Start of lockdown I did not wear makeup for about 3 or 4 weeks. My skin had never been worse. I hated it. But now, like on a like a Friday night when we do the quiz with the girls, I literally make an effort like to do makeup, because it just makes you feel so much better. Like, I feel alive, I feel, I don't know, just really nice about myself. And it's really nice for a change to feel nice about yourself, because I think when you're sitting in like tracksuit bottoms all day or in your pyjamas, no bra on, hair scraped back into a bun, it's greasy, it's frizzy, it's just nice sometimes to make yourself look and feel a bit better. I think not that you're better with makeup on, just digging a hole. I'm gonna carry on to the next point. Finally, I just want to say a quick point on this. I just think it's really important to take like negatives and spin it with positive. And usually, like, you know, when the Karens on Facebook share like the inspirational quotes and stuff, I've really been taking notice of them lately. Like, what was it? It's like kind of saying, instead of saying you're stuck at home, like change it to like you're saving lives by staying at home. And just things like that like have really like kind of changed my mindset. And I just feel like, I don't know whether they've done it kind of like consciously or subconsciously, but I do really agree. It makes you feel you're doing something, you're not just sitting at home. Regardless of what you do on that day, you are doing it for a reason. You are doing it so that you don't endanger other people and don't endanger yourself. But anyway, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you stay safe, stay home, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment and subscribe to my channel, please. It'd be very very appreciated, especially in a time like this. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.